Hello dear aspirants. So this is our second video. Yesterday we have discussed the topic of ecology, the first chapter. Now in this second series we will be discussing the questions that have been asked in prelims examination. So the question that I have taken is covering UPSC and various state civil services as well. Okay, so let's start. So the first question is, ecology is the study of the relationships between. Okay, option A is organism and environment, option B man and forest, option C soil and water, and option D husband and wife. So from the given topic, from the given options, we can see that organism and environment is the most appropriate answer. Okay, so आइए देखते हैं what is the exact definition. तो the word ecology originated from the Greek oikos meaning house or environment. We have already discussed this definition yesterday, ठीक है, when we were discussing the topic of ecology. And ecology is the study of interactions among organisms and their environment. That you already know कि organism and environment, there is a link, interlinkage and interactions between them. It also includes the study of organismal interaction with abiotic components of their environment. Okay, so we have discussed the component yesterday. We were discussing the components of environment. That is, first is abiotic and the second is biotic. Then the word ecology was coined by German scientist Ernst Haeckel. ठीक है, तो this is very important क्योंकि from here you are getting questions also. So the word ecology was coined by whom? The German scientist Ernst Haeckel in the year between 1813 to 1919. Although the fact is not important. So let's move to next. That's Haeckel defined ecology as the study of the relationship of an organism with their environment. Ecology in current age refers to a broader spectrum encompassing not only plants, animal species and climate but also to human beings and its physical surroundings. So from the this given explanation we can understand the answer is option A, organism and environment. Now the second question, the term ecosystem was proposed by, ठीक है, किसने प्रपोज किया था? So the question has been changed with the language who proposed. The term ecosystem was proposed by, ठीक है, तो वो टैंसले ने किया था, ठीक है. And now here we were discussing the term ecology. So the term ecology was defined by Haeckel, ठीक है, Ernst Haeckel, and the term ecosystem was proposed by Tansley. So this is also important question. So this you can see, I'm not just going to the detail, है ना, we have already discussed this ecology. Now from this we can understand the definition of ecology, the definition of ecosystem. ठीक है, तो an ecosystem is a community of living organisms, plants, animals and microbes along with the non-living components of their environment like air, water, mineral, soil, etc. interacting as a system. These biotic and abiotic components are considered as linked between through nutrient cycles and energy flows. ठीक है, अब I don't think we must give the explanation a detail because we have already discussed the topic in detail yesterday, है ना. So we'll be quick in discussing the questions. The idea and the purpose of discussing such questions is that you are in a position ki how to use these topics in our question and answer in our prelims part, है ना. We can understand the nature of question that have been asked in the prelims paper. So that is the whole objective. So we'll be very brief here. So the next question is, which one of the following is not true about the ecosystem? The option A, it represents all living organisms and the physical environment in any given space-time unit. Option B, it is a functional unit. Option C, it has own productivity. Option D, it is a closed system. So you already know that ecosystem is not a closed system, it is an open system. So from the given option, option D is incorrect. तो यहाँ पे not true पूछा है, then definitely the answer is D. ठीक है. Now important features we can discuss in brief. तो अगर हम बात करें फीचर्स की इकोलॉजी के, तो द फर्स्ट वन इज It is normally an open system with a continuous but variable influx and loss of material and energy. So it is a system where there is a continuous influx. It is variable, but the influx is continuous, whether it is less or more, but it is never, nil. Okay, there must be some influx in the form of material and energy, whether it is entering the system or it is exiting the system. Now the second thing, an ecosystem is an overall integration of the whole mosaic of the interacting organism and their environment. So what is ecosystem? Integration of whole mosaic, right? Everything, it is organism, environment. ठीक है. अब what we have talked about environment कि it is a external factor of a organism. ठीक है. Whatever is surrounding an human being or organism, that comes under the environment. But ecosystem is wider one. Ecosystem is surrounding both the organism and the environment as well. Okay? So it is an overall integration. Now the third feature is it is a basic functional unit with no limits of boundaries. ठीक है. अब ecosystem में we don't have boundaries, and that too it is a basic functional unit. Next is it consists of biotic and non-biotic, that is abiotic components interacting with each other. Next is its functional unit is capable of energy transformation, circulation and accumulation. Okay? Then different types of the ecosystem are present in different areas. Okay? Now let's see the second question. Next question. Which of the following is not correct about ecosystem? Again the question is same. It has been asked in Uttar Pradesh Public Service Commission. Okay? Closed system. So here it is incorrect. You can see it has been asked in UPSC mains, and this question has been asked in UPSC pre re-exam 2015. The repetition is here. Okay. Now the next question, which four components constitute an ecosystem? Now when we are discussing these questions, so here we are getting a great clarity of this topic of ecosystem and ecology. So when you are solving the questions, then definitely you get a deeper insight into the topic. So that is beneficial for our exam. So next is which four components constitute an ecosystem? So यहाँ पे you can see the answer is C. It is abiotic materials, producers, consumers and decomposers. ठीक है. Now ठीक है, just see the discussion part as well. There are four basic components of an ecosystem. ठीक है. If we talk about the basic components of ecosystem, so these are four. What are they? First is abiotic material, then producer, then consumer, and then the decomposer or reducers. ठीक है. Decomposer को we can also say reducers. Whereas producers, consumers and decomposers are included in a broad component, biotic materials or biotic factors. ठीक है. Now next question, it has been asked in UPSC 2015. Which one of the following is the best description of the term ecosystem? As earlier I was when explaining you about the topic, है ना, ecology, ecosystem yesterday. What I have told you कि from the exact definition you are getting the question in UPSC. So this is a question, this is the evidence. You can see कि IS pre 2015 they have asked on the question on to define ecosystem. ठीक है. So the first option is a community of organisms interacting with one another. Option B, that part of the earth which is inhabited by living organisms. Option C, a community of organisms together with environment in which they live. Option D, flora and fauna of a geographical area. The answer is option C. ठीक है. If you know the correct definition, then you will be able to answer it. Now this is another question. Which of the following is an artificial ecosystem? Option ponds, field, forest, none of these. So it's a question of Jharkhand PCS. The answer is field. Field क्या है? It is an artificial system. Ponds is natural, forest is natural. ठीक है. तो field is man-made. So it is an artificial. Which of the following is an artificial ecosystem? Again, the answer is rice field. ठीक है. Why rice field? Because forest is natural, grassland is natural, lake is also natural. ठीक है. Next question is the number of organisms that can be supported by the environment in a given area is known as. So this is the carrying capacity. Okay. Up, the thing you can support. Okay, the thing you can support is your carrying capacity. So here the number of organisms that can be supported by the environment in a given area is known as its carrying capacity. So the definition is very much clear. We can again read the explanation part as well. The maximum population size that can ecosystem can support is called capacity. Carrying capacity in the is the number of organisms that an ecosystem can sustainably support. ठीक है, तो B is the correct answer. Next, this question has been asked in UPSC 2013. Which one of the following terms describes not only the physical space occupied by an organism but also its functional role in the community of organisms? Option A, ecotone. B, ecological niche. C, habitat. D, home range. The answer is ecological niche. So yesterday we had discussed about ecological niche. We have discussed the features as well. So from here we can answer this. It is ecological niche that characterizes the position of a species within an ecosystem comprising species habitat requirements as well as its functional role. Now next question, the actual location or place where an organism lives is called option A, habitat, B, ecosystem, C, niche, या D, biome. Then the answer is habitat. Okay, this is the actual location. Now come to the next question. Which one of the following ecosystems covers the largest area of the Earth's surface? So this is the marine ecosystem. Okay, this is also an important question, although it's like factual one. Now next question is, which of the following is the largest ecosystem of the world? Ocean is the largest ecosystem. Next, which of the following does not help to maintain ecological balance? Option A, cutting forest. B, afforestation. C, rainwater management. D, biosphere reserves. As you all know that ecological balance maintained by afforestation, rainwater management, biosphere reserves, but cutting forest is not the one. Okay, so our answer is option A. Which one of the following is one of the main causes of ecological imbalance in India? The answer is deforestation. Okay. Which of the following is an act that disturbs the ecological balance? Then again, lumbering is the right answer. The highest trophic level in an ecosystem is obtained by, the answer is omnivores. So we can discuss in detail that there are 4 types of trophic levels in the food chain. Okay? Food chain of the ecosystem, we have 4 types of trophic level. First trophic level is producer, who is producing the food, that is the green plant. Second trophic level is primary consumer, that is herbivores. Third trophic level is secondary consumers, that is carnivores. And the fourth trophic level is tertiary consumers, that is the omnivores. Okay? Decomposers feed on all the above trophic levels. The answer is C. Which one of the following is not a biotic component of ecosystem? Take a biotic means life. Take it, and abiotic means non-living. So we can see air is non-living, so it's a abiotic factor. Okay? And plant is living, so it is a biotic. Bacteria, again it is a living, तो biotic. Animals, again it is a living, then तो biotic हो गया. तो the answer क्या question पूछ रहा है? It's asking not a biotic. It means it is asking about abiotic. तो यहाँ पे air is the right answer. Now, next is the primary source of energy in eco body is, it is solar energy. ठीक है? Driving force of an ecosystem is, so it is the solar energy. Concerning the food chains and ecosystem, which of the following kinds of an organisms are known as decomposer organism? Okay? Virus, fungi, bacteria. So you can see it is fungi and bacteria. The fungi and bacteria is known as decomposer, but virus is not a decomposer. So just see what is decomposer. Decomposers are nature's recyclers as they break down the organic matter found in dead bodies of plants and animals. The term organic matter refers to the matter that comes from living organisms. Decomposers are mainly the microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi in the form of yeasts and molds that break down bodies of dead organisms and release compounds that can be used by producers, right? So the next question is, which of the following are the primary consumers in an ecosystem? Okay, so primary consumer are, so from the given option it is ants and deer. Okay, fox and tiger are not the primary consumer, but they are the tertiary. Now, mainly herbivores in a food chain are considered as primary consumer. So this is the explanation part. Okay, so what are primary consumers? The herbivores one. In the given options, deer is herbivores, hence it is a primary consumer. Now, ants fall under decomposer and primary consumers both. So this is very important. They are under both the category. It eats plants and receives energy from cellulose. In that sense, it is a primary consumer. Okay? Tiger is carnivorous and the fox is omnivorous. Significantly, primary consumers feed on primary producers. The correct answer is option A, that is ants and deer. Now, next is, in a food chain, man is option A, producer, no. B, only primary consumer, no. C, only secondary consumer, again no. But D, primary as well as secondary consumer, बिल्कुल सही है. So this is the right answer. Option D is the right answer. ठीक है? It is omnivorous. ठीक है? तो food chain में there are trophic levels, autotroph, primary consumer, secondary consumer and tertiary consumer. The primary consumer is the herbivores that feed on the plant. ठीक है? The same thing we are repeating. So the secondary consumer is small carnivores feeding on primary consumer, and the tertiary consumer is larger carnivores. So in food chain, man is primary as well as a secondary consumer who feeds on both plant products and meat. The next question is, 10% law is related with. So it is related with option A, transfer of energy as food from one trophic level to other. As you know, कि when we are, suppose plants, ठीक है, plants are there. So plants are taken the energy of sun completely, ठीक है. But when they are passing this energy from them to other organisms like the primary producers, then it is a rule that 10% of the energy is reduced. So as we are going to the higher levels, like from primary to secondary, take it, and to this from producers to primary to secondary to tertiary, then there is a decrease of 10% energy in the transformation process. Okay, so we can just explain it in detail. The 10% law of transfer of energy from one trophic level to the next was introduced by Raymond Lindemann in 1942. किसने introduce किया था? तो it was introduced by Raymond Lindemann. According to this law, during the transfer of energy from organic food from one trophic level to the next, only about 10% of the energy from organic food is stored as flesh. The remaining is lost during transfer, broken down in respiration or lost to incomplete digestion by higher trophic level. When organisms are consumed, 10% of the food is fixed with flesh and is available for next trophic level, carnivores or omnivores. When a carnivore or an omnivore consumed that animal, only about 10% of energy is fixed in its flesh for the higher level. Thus, at every level at a food chain, first, second, third and top level, the consumer converts only 10% of the accumulated energy into his body weight. Okay? So this is the exact explanation. Now, next question is, in the marine environment, the main primary producers are, the answer is phytoplanktons. Okay? Next is, among the biotic components of the ecosystem, the producer system is the green plants. Okay? Next is, trophic level 1 includes, again, the green plants. फिर what is true about ecosystem? So option C is correct, that is producers are more than primary consumers. Okay, as you know that in given ecosystem there are generally more producers than primary consumers and more primary consumers than secondary consumers and so on. So as we move to the trophic level, the population reduces, right? Next is, which one of the following pairs is correctly matched? Okay, mountain, it's a most stable ecosystem, correct. Abiotic component is bacteria, ठीक है. Green plants is ecosystem. Rainfall is global warming. तो अब option A is wrong because it is not mountain but the ocean is the most stable ecosystem. ठीक है. Second, abiotic component bacteria, no. Bacteria is a living being and hence it's a biotic component. C, green plants ecosystem. Yes, it's a part of ecosystem, so the option C is correct. Rainfall, global warming, no. Global warming is not, rainfall is not responsible for global warming. So again, the correct answer is C. Next is the correct order in the food chain of the various components of terrestrial grass ecosystem is. So पहले it's a grass like producer, then the primary consumer, that is the grasshopper, herbivore, then it is a secondary consumer, that is the frog, and then it is the tertiary one, that is the snake. Okay, so you can see which of the following constitute a food chain. Again, it is a grass, goat and human. You can see grass is consumed by a goat. Goat is a herbivore, primary consumer, and then goat is consumed by the human, which is an omnivore. Now, the pyramid of energy in an ecosystem is always upright. So you can see it is always upright. It can never be inverted. Because, why it is so? When energy flows from a particular trophic level to the next trophic level, some energy is always lost as heat at each step. Each bar in the energy pyramid indicates the amount of energy present at each trophic level in a given time or annually per unit area. Next is biomass pyramid is reversed in which type of ecosystem? The answer is pond. The pyramid of biomass is a graphical representation that depicts the extent of biomass per unit area within different trophic levels in an ecological system. In grasslands and forests, there is a gradual decrease in the biomass of organisms at successive levels from the producers to the top carnivores. Thus, pyramids are upright. However, in a pond, as the producers are small organisms, their biomass is least, and this value gradually shows an increase towards the apex of the pyramid, thus making the pyramid inverted in shape. So, this is the right explanation. Move towards the next question, that is, an inverted pyramid of biomass can be found in which ecosystem? So, it is the marine one. Okay? Marine में we are getting inverted. ठीक है, inverted pyramid of biomass. ठीक है, why the pyramid of biomass in sea is generally inverted? Because the biomass of the fishes far exceeds that of phytoplankton. So here the fishes biomass are more than the phytoplankton biomass, and that is the reason the pyramid is inverted here. The next question is, it has been asked in UPSC 1997. Which one of the following organisms is likely to show the highest concentration of DDT once it has been introduced in the ecosystem? The answer is snake. Okay? DDT is a non-biodegradable magnifying pollutant which increases in concentration from producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers to tertiary consumers. In the question, only the snake represents the tertiary one. So the concentration of DDT will be highest in the snake. Okay? So you know that DDT क्या है? It is a non-biodegradable biomagnifying pollutant which increases its concentration as it moves to the higher trophic level. And from here we can see that snake is under the higher trophic level of tertiary consumer. So the maximum concentration of DDT will be found in the snake only. So C is the right option, right answer. The amount of energy during the transfer from one trophic level to another in an ecosystem is always decreases. We have already discussed. Now, the amount of energy during transfer from one trophic level to another in an ecosystem, same, decrease, okay, it decreases. Next is, which one of the following trees is not eco-friendly? So we all know eucalyptus. Then come to the next question. Which one of the following trees is considered to be an environmental hazard? Eucalyptus, again the same answer. The example of lentic habitat in the freshwater community. Lentic, lotic दो होते हैं. You already know. Lotic means moving. Lentic means still. So from the above you can see what is still. Ponds and swamps are still. ठीक है. Here river in option C rivers are not still. ठीक है. They are just moving. And यहाँ पे waterfalls and rivers both are not still. They all are moving. So lentic habitat में the correct answer is ponds and swamp, option A. Now the next question is the transitional zone between two distinct communities is known as, so it is the answer ecotone. Okay? Which of the following is the most stable ecosystem? Then again it's ocean. Most stable ecosystem is ocean. Which is the most stable ecosystem? This is the most repetitive question. The answer is again the marine or ocean, you can say. The next question is example of anthropogenic biome. So it is artificial one. So cropland is the answer. Next is consider the following statements. Statement 1 is most of the world's coral reefs are in tropical waters. Statement 2, more than 1/3 of the world's coral reefs are located in the territories of Australia, Indonesia and the Philippines. Option 3, coral reefs host far more number of animals phyla than those hosted by tropical rainforests. Which of the following statements given above is correct? The answer is D. Yani all options are correct. So that is the question of UPSC 2018. The reason you can just read, corals क्या है? Corals are invertebrate animals. ठीक है? Then reefs are created by hard corals which secrete a skeleton that can turn into giant structures like Australia's Great Barrier Reef. Most of the world's coral reefs are located in tropical oceans near the equator. Now, more than 1/3 of the world's coral reef is located in the territories of Australia, Indonesia, and Philippines. Now, coral reefs are one of the most diverse ecosystems on the planet. These tropical marine ecosystem communities occupy less than 1% of the ocean floor, but are inhabited by more than 25% of all known marine fish species. 32 of the 34 recognized animal phyla are formed on coral reefs compared to 9 phyla in tropical rainforests. So from the given explanation we can say the option 1 is correct. Statement 1 is correct. That is most of the world's coral reef are in tropical waters. Yes. Second, more than 1/3 of the world's coral reefs are located in the territories of Australia, Indonesia and Philippines. This is also correct. And the third one is the coral reefs host far more number of animal phyla than those hosted by tropical rainforest. This is also correct. The correct option is D. That is all are correct. Next is which of the following is the largest ecosystem? Then hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is the largest ecosystem. The cycling of elements in an ecosystem is called option A chemical cycles, option B biogeochemical cycles, ऑप्शन सी जियोलॉजिकल साइकिल्स या फिर डी जियोकेमिकल साइकिल्स. द आंसर इज बी बायोजियोकेमिकल साइकिल. What is it? It is a pathway by which a chemical substances move through biotic and abiotic components of Earth. Biogeochemical cycles of nitrogen, phosphorus and carbon etc. are found in nature. So the answer is B. Next is in case of which of the following biogeochemical cycles the weathering of rocks is the main source of release of nutrient to entry the cycle. The answer is phosphorus cycle. ठीक है. तो in case of phosphorus cycle, ठीक है, biogeochemical cycle, the weathering of rocks is the main source of release of nutrients to entry the cycle. The answer is phosphorus cycle. What is phosphorus cycle? You can just refer it to your textbook and you can just tell it to me exactly in the comment box. Next is the movement of nutrient elements through various components of an ecosystem is called biogeochemical cycle. Next is which one of the following is not related to ecological balance? The answer is industrial management. It can be seen with it is very obvious. Next is ecology is permanent economy is the slogan of which movement? It's APECO, CHIPCO, Narmada, Bachao Andolan, none of the above. The answer is CHIPCO movement. So ecology is permanent economy is the slogan of CHIPCO movement. Narmada Bachao Andolan was against the construction of a multimodal dam on the Narmada River. Apico movement was started in Karnataka for environmental protection. Next is Chipko movement is related to plant conservation. ठीक है 1973 में it was started. ठीक है Gauri Devi was the protagonist behind this movement. Next is consider the following statements related to the ecosystem. ठीक है Statement 1, the term ecosystem was first used by A.G. Tansley, correct. Those organisms which produce their food themselves are termed as autotrophs, exactly correct. Third is consumers consume their food through the process of photosynthesis, bilkul galat hai, it is dependent on other. And producers are, synthesizing their food through photosynthesis. The statement third is wrong. So you can see कि B and D options eliminate कर दिया. We are left with A and C. Now decomposers convert inorganic matter into organic matter. So this is also got wrong. The answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Now see the next question. Which one of the following is the correct sequence of the ecosystems in order of decreasing productivity? So सबसे ज़्यादा productivity if we talk about it is mangrove, then next come grassland, then again next come lakes, and then again next come oceans. ठीक है oceans have a least productivity and mangroves maximum. See the next question. Concerning food chains and ecosystem, consider the following statements. First is, a food chain illustrates the order in which a chain of organisms feeds upon each other. Second, food chains are found within the population of a species. Third, a food chain illustrates the number of organisms which is eaten by others. It has been asked in UPSC 2013 and the correct answer is option A. That is only statement first is correct, rest are wrong. Next, which of the following statement is correct? Okay, the term flow in the biospheric ecosystem is unidirectional. Okay. So this is the correct one. As you know, energy flow is unidirectional. It decreases when it is transferring to the higher trophic level. So it is always decreasing and it is always in one direction. So option A is correct. Now, so these are some questions which are some of factual kind. You can just refer it yourself. The idea of this series was just to make you aware what kind of question from this topic of ecology and this topic we have discussed of ecotone, okay, and this environment. So what kind of question you can face in prelims examination. So we are done with the second series, that is the question answer series, that is prelims one. Now in the next video we will try to come up with the mains answer writing. Okay, so we'll be just analyzing the UPSC mains paper and other state civil services paper as well, and whatever mains questions we will get, we will try to cover that. Okay, so thank you so much everyone.